Introducing the all-new Italiano range of pizza. Pizza Ultimo. Pizza Hut.
The revised electricity tariffs have been subject to intense debate and discussions in social circles.
Now, yesterday we presented a breakdown of the new charges that were applicable. Tonight we are going to give you or provide to you a more detailed analysis of the electricity tariff revisions. Now, yesterday we gave you a detailed breakdown of how your electricity bill is going to change this month. Now, just to refresh your memory, under the old scheme, a house that was using 30 units would have paid 142 rupees, but under the new scheme it would be paying 217 rupees, which means that there is an increase of 75 rupees. Now, at the same time, a household that was using 50 units would have paid 308 rupees under the old scheme, but under the new charges it would be paying 465 rupees, which means that there is an increase of 157 rupees. Now, a household that was using 75 units would have paid 570 rupees, but now under the new scheme it would be paying 982 rupees, and which means that there is an increase of 412 rupees. Now, a household that was using 100 units would have paid 1,247 rupees, which under the new scheme now would be paying 2,415 rupees, which means that there is an increase of 1,168 rupees, which is almost double the amount of what it would have paid. Now, how will the public be able to bear such an increase in electricity tariffs? We sought the views of the public from various parts of the island.
I saw a report on Silsa yesterday. We currently receive an electricity bill of about 5,000 rupees. But with the new revisions, how much will it increase by? How are we to pay this?
විදුලි බිල සංශෝධනයත් සමග අපි ආව මේ නිවසට ඔවුන්ගේ විදුලි බිල සම්බන්ධව තොරතුරු දැනගන්න. දැන් ඔය මේ මාසේ විදුලි බිල
I believe this is the bill for last month. What do you think of it?
මේ විදුලි බිලේ තත්ත්වය
ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේ විදුලි බිල අපිට මේ මාසෙට
We have consumed 112 units according to this bill. We received a bill of 1,600 rupees and 20 cents. Through the new tariffs, we have been thrown from the frying pan into the fire.
අපිට කබලෙන් ලිපිට වැටෙන තත්ත්වයකට අපි පත් වෙලා තින්නේ.
Normally, how much are you charged for electricity? You have used 105 units, isn't it? And you have been charged 1,260 rupees.
बिल වැඩි කරන තරමට අපේ ආදායමක් නැහැ. අපිට මේ පඩි වැඩි කරන්නේ නැහැ බිල් වැඩි වෙන තරමට. එතකොට අපි ඊට කොහොමද මාරු වෙනවා ජීවත් වෙන එක ඉදිරි කාලේදී මේ ආකාරයෙන් උද්දමනය වැඩි වුණොත්. ඒකට භාගයට වැඩි.
To reduce it, we will have to live in the dark. This afternoon, they were announcing that the electricity will be disconnected if you do not pay the bill every month.
අම්පාර සමන බැද්ද ගම්මානේ චන්දර ජයසේකර මහත්තයලා ගෙදර.
We are the home of Chandana Jayasekara in Samanbadda Ampara. How do the new tariffs affect you?
ඔබට කොහොමද මේ නව විදුලි බිල් සංශෝධනය බලපාන්නේ?
ඉදිරියේදී වැස්සාරේ මේ එන්න ගත්තම අලින්ගෙන් බොහොම කරදරයි.
In the future, when the rains come, we are going to have trouble with the elephants. At that time, we have to light up the area to escape trouble with the elephants. At that time, we will use more than 90 units of electricity.
කාලේ වෙනකොට ඒකක 90 පැනලා වගේ අපිට විදුලියේ පරිභෝජනයක් යනවා. මේ සූදානම් වන්නේ අප
We are inquiring into the view of residents of Norelia regarding the new electricity tariffs.
දැනට මේ
At present, how much is your monthly electricity bill?
ඉදිරි මාසික විදුලි බිල කොච්චරක් යනවද? අපිට ඇත්තටම දැන්
At present, we consume between 80 to 90 units of electricity.
අපේ විදුලි බිල ක්‍රියාත්මක පවතින්නේ.
අපි නුවරඑළිය ජීවත් වෙන මිනිස්සු විදිහට විශේෂයෙන් වියදම් කරන්න වෙන දේවල් තියෙනවා. විදුලිය වැය කරන්න ඕන දේවල් උණු වතුර ප්‍රදාන වෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ වෙන පින දේවල් වලට නවීන ක්‍රමත් එක්ක අපි දැන් ඒවට හුරු වෙලා ඉවරයි. ඉතින් ආයි ආපස්සට යන්න තමයි වෙන්නේ.
Now, while members of the public expressed these views on the electricity tariffs, Cabinet spokesperson Minister Kehelia Ramukwella had this to say at a media briefing convened yesterday. In terms of transport, health, education, power and energy, the government provides a lot of relief. At the same time, if you take fuel in terms of kerosene, which is used by the poor, we provide relief. This relief is provided continuously. This is a welfare government, but this government is not prepared to provide relief beyond limitation, which will lead to the economy of this country collapsing and the country being transformed into one with no vision of future development. Now let's turn our attention to another notable factor in the new electricity tariffs. Now you may already be aware that your electricity bill is calculated by adding three charges. These are the monthly unit consumption charge, the fixed charge and the fuel adjustment charge. Now what is the fuel adjustment charge? The fuel adjustment charge was introduced during droughts to charge the consumers for increased electricity generation using fossil fuels. Now this fuel adjustment charge was introduced as a temporary measure on the 16th of February last year. Now this was how the fuel adjustment charge was imposed on your households. Now as you can see, a household using between 0 to 30 units had a fuel adjustment charge of 25% imposed on the bill. And similarly, a household using 31 to 60 units of electricity had a fuel surcharge of 35%. Similarly, a household using more than 61 units had a fuel surcharge of 40% use. Now, although the fuel adjustment charge was introduced as a temporary measure, it has been decided to continue with the charge with the new tariffs. Let's take a look at how much of your electricity bill will be made up of the fuel adjustment charge. Now, according to the new tariffs, the household using 30 units would be paying an electricity bill of 217 rupees, of which the fuel adjustment charge would be 37 rupees and 50 cents. A house using 50 units of electricity would be paying an electricity bill of 465 rupees, of which 105 rupees would be the fuel adjustment charge. Now, similarly, a house using 75 units of electricity will be paying 982 rupees as an electricity bill, of which 255 rupees would be the fuel adjustment charge. And of course, a house using 100 units of electricity would be paying 2,415 rupees, of which 600 rupees will be the fuel adjustment charge. Now, with such charges being imposed on the public, the Janata Vimukti Peramuna, the convening a media briefing today, expressed these views on the electricity tariffs.
There is a possibility of reversing this decision taken by the government to increase electricity tariffs if the people as a whole are prepared to show their opposition to this. If their opposition is felt, then there is a possibility of reversing this decision. Thereby, we call on the people not to bear this and not to accept this. Do not take responsibility for this. Do not pay this bill. Prepare for an immediate demonstration to call for the reduction of the electricity tariff. This government will not allow an ordinary person a grace period of even 1 day to pay the electricity bill. On the other hand, no matter how much electricity they use, government ministers only pay 2,000 rupees. I know this. It was the same for us back in the day. The losses of the CEB increase every day because they keep the lights on all night to celebrate Christmas and hold night races. I asked the government how much was spent on one night of the night races. They play cricket matches under floodlights at night, not because of any love they have for the sport, but for the progress of the other son's company, Carlton Sports Network.